I am Jazzie Carrington, and this is my show, What's Hot with Jazzie. I am introducing you to the hottest, most innovative people around the nation, and including my favorite things, and also Jazzie's Take. Put it all together, and you've got What's Hot with Jazzie. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to What's Hot with Jazzie. I'm your host, Jazzie Carrington, and this is another segment of my Jazzie's Take, where I'm critiquing all things fashion, looks on the red carpet. And tonight, I'm talking about the Cannes Festival. They just had the festival the other night, and of course, I'm here to give you my thoughts. Now, before we begin, let me tell you something now. Cannes gave them a dress code, honey. They had a dress code. The people say, don't be coming up in here with no nude looks, and don't be coming up here with no astronomical long trails of fabrics and dresses. Okay, we taking this back. All right, we taking this back to the days of Dorothy Dandridge, Lena Horne, honey. We want y'all to come up in here with some class. Don't be coming up here showing all your stuff. So, honey, you know it's bad when they giving dress codes on the red carpet. But I'm going to give you my thoughts. So let's get started. We're going to have a good time. So I'm starting with my 5 top worst. So my first lady, okay, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. I don't really know who she is, but if she's at the Cannes Film Festival, she must be important. So, but Frederica Bell, I think that's her name. I don't know what this was. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is, she reminded me of Jane Jetson from the Jetsons. If you guys are of a particular age, you remember the Jetsons, the little space show, the little cartoon. That's what her dress reminded me of. I didn't get it. It was just, it was a lot. But don't know who she is, but I'm sure she's very important. She's at the Cannes Festival, but did not like this dress at all. So, moving on, number 4. Okay, Miss Heidi Klum. Now, this dress, I was a little torn, but I'm gonna tell you what I didn't like about it. It's pink. It has a lot of pink petals. It looks like a dress of petals to me. But, I just felt like that she was kind of competing with the dress. I thought the dress was kind of overtaking her a little bit. I think the dress itself is a pretty dress. I just didn't like it on Miss Klum. Now, I don't know. I think they might do changes or something, costume changes or dress changes, because she tried to come back just a little bit. This was a little bit better. It wasn't my favorite, but it was a little bit better. But she's still beautiful. Hair, makeup still look great. Just wasn't feeling it. So my number 4 look of the night. My number 3, I'm sorry. I apologize. My number 3 look that I wasn't a fan of. I don't know who this is either, but I was a little perplexed when I saw this look. Her name is Daphne Burke. And wasn't feeling this. And the particular thing that I noticed was that the shoes reminded me of Minnie Mouse. It just wasn't working for me. I felt like the dress, was kind of overtaking her around the shoulders, just a whole lot of fabric, lot going on. And then she had on the Minnie Mouse kind of sequence looking shoes. Just was not working for me. Wasn't my favorite. Moving on to number two, which I thought was not a good look. So I'm split on this one, and I'll tell you why. Fahana Bodhi. Now, I don't know if you guys ever watched the Netflix series Dubai Bling. I really like this show. I really do. Well, Fahana is actually one of the reality stars on this show, Dubai Bling. And normally on the show, I like her style. Normally she looks pretty nice, but I'm not feeling this. But what I would have loved to have seen if instead of the long collar, big collar cape around her, I would have just loved to have seen this dress by itself because I did like the look of this part, of the dress where it kind of pointed out. It had the little point. And I wish we could have seen more of the dress. I felt like the little collared cape was just, it was too much. It was just overtaking. And I think that this should have been left off. I think if they were going to go with anything instead of the big collared cape, I wish they would have went with a more softer, maybe a more chiffon, softer wrap look. Or even if they wanted to do that look, they could keep it in the same fabric material, but a softer, not with all the stuff going around. So I just felt like that just really threw the dress off, and it just really, it wasn't good. I didn't care for it. So I wish I would have seen more of the actual dress under there because it didn't look like it was connected, I don't think, but it just looked like you could also wear the dress by itself. And my last but not least, y'all might not like this. My number one, Eva Longoria. Wasn't feeling it. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, I think she had a bit of a dress change as well. So I saw this dress, and I didn't care for this dress because it looked like it needed to be hemmed to me. I felt like it made her look, you could tell she's very petite. I've actually seen her in person. Many years ago. I don't know if you guys knew this. She actually started out on The Young and the Restless. And I seen her in person many years ago. I actually saw her in a restaurant. And but she's really petite. She's adorable. She was beautiful then. She's still beautiful now. I normally love her looks, but this I just felt like the dress looked like it needed hemming, and it just didn't elongate her enough. It just looked too short. Now, it looked like there was a dress change. I didn't like this either. The dress looked like it was a little too big. Like I said, like it needed to be altered. Like it just needed to be hemmed. I just didn't like it. And on this dress, it just looked like it really needed some altering. So I just don't think it was her most flattering for me. So that's how I feel about that. Now, I have my side notes. So, of course, Robert De Niro showed up with his wife, Tiffany Chen. I believe that's her name. I love me some Robert De Niro. That old man got some swag. He does. I watched I love his movies. Forever would love be my favorite, The Godfather. But I just love Robert De Niro. He's just, regardless to me, he'll always be fabulous. I love the fact that he's in his 80s and he's a new dad. I think he's in his 80s. But if he's not, I apologize. But I think so. And he's a new dad. And I just love, he's still so youthful and he's just always so himself, and he's just got that swag. He's just got that thing. Other side note, Leonardo DiCaprio. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous in a tuxedo. Loved, loved, loved. I don't think he could ever look bad, though. I mean, really, it's Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, can he ever really look bad? So I did like seeing him in a suit. Um, I love seeing Quentin Tarantino and his wife lovey dovey on the red carpet. You know, I love. So I loved seeing it, and they just looked so cute. They looked great. They looked nice. Loved seeing them on the red carpet, just all, embraced and just, I just love. So that's just a side note. Okay, so now getting back now to my top favorite five. So, some of these names you have to forgive me because some of the people that were at the festival, I was not really familiar with, but nevertheless, if I saw something I liked, I wanted to still mention it. So my number five look, my top is her name is Juan. Okay, I hope I'm saying this right. Juan Ken Hugh. I just loved her dress. She just looked like a little powder puff. I just loved it. I thought it was so pretty. It was just pretty to me. I love the soft color. Even though she's a bit petite, tiny, I just love the dress. She just looked like an adorable little powder puff. And I just love the way the dress just went around her. And it was a full dress, but I thought it looked very nice, and I still don't think the dress overtook her. I personally, I just thought it looked really good, and it was pretty. I'm not sure who she is, but I love the dress. I did, and I'm a girl's girl. I love it. I love a big, really girly, feminine dress. That's just my thing. I'm a girly girl, so I love that kind of stuff. Okay, moving on. Number four for me was Natalie Osmond. Not sure who she is, but I'm going to tell you what I loved about this look: the veil. I loved the veil. The veil was like, yes, mama. I loved it. It just, I just thought that just really set off the look. I love the veil. I like the dress, but I love the veil. The veil was what got me. So I had to put her on the list because I love a good hat, and especially a fabulous veil, to give you that mystery. And I just loved it. It was fabulous to me. Okay, so my next look, I think this should be number three. Let's see. Yep, number three is going to be Belle Hadid. You know what? And I'm going to tell you why I like this. I love a simple black dress. Bella Hadid. I love a simple black dress. Her dress just draped in the front. It had the split. It was low in the back. But what I also love, honey, she was working the red carpet. Her confidence. I just love when they were just taking photos of her and her dress and how she was just confident, honey. She was working it. And I loved it. And even though it was just a simple black dress, yes, it was a little bit more dramatic in the back, but just her confidence and the way she was wearing the dress is what I love. That's what did it for me. I just thought it was really, really fabulous. I thought it looked great. I just love a very simple black dress. So that did it for me also. Okay, guys, let me see. I'm getting a little lost. Let's see. I did five, and then I did four, three, Bella Hadid for me. Number two, okay, Julia Garner. I've seen her. I think she's an actress. I think I've seen her in a couple of things. But I just thought she looked great. I'm not very familiar with her, but I really did. I thought she looked great. I thought she looked so fabulous. I love her dress. Um, I thought it was pretty with a lot of the rouging and stuff. And even though you could tell she's very petite and it was long sleeve and it had the rouging, I love that it had the chiffon like overlay. And I love it because it was very classy and it was very classic. And she had the bob with it. So I really liked the look. It was just very classic. It was very classy, but she looked great. It looked fantastic on her. So, my number one pick, I'm so excited to tell you why I love this one so much. My number one was, her name is, I hope I pronounced the last name correctly, Irina Shayk. Oh my God. I loved this look. Loved it, loved it, loved it. I love polka dots. I am so in love with polka dots. Anything polka dots, oh my God, you grab my attention. I love the polka dots. I love the beautiful full dress. It kind of reminded me of a Christian Dior, the bottom of it. And I love the big sleeves, the off the shoulder sleeves. But let me tell you what really did it for me. The gloves. I got to look at the gloves. The gloves were fabulous. And I'm not sure, but they almost looked like they were like velour, but it looked amazing with the dress. And I think she just had a little ring over the gloves. Love the gloves. Loved the polka dots. Love the polka dots. And the thing with me is that I always look at accessories because, believe it or not, in fashion, your set accessories can really make the difference in an outfit. It really can. So I'm all about the accessories. I love the polka dots. I thought she looked absolutely fabulous. And that was my favorite dress. I love the look. Love, 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 love. But I did see some other nice looks that were nice with some people. Of course, I'm not familiar with, but I think they do the Cannes Film Festival in France. So it's probably a lot of actors and people from all over the globe. I saw that, side note, Halle Berry, she was on the red carpet. I think she also did a dress change. I saw the dress that she wore. A little bit more toned down from the dress from the Met Gala. Still, unfortunately, wasn't my favorite. And then the dress that I saw the change, the stripes, I just still wasn't there with it. But, she's still a beautiful woman and everything. And so it is what it is. Sometimes we get it right and sometimes we may not. But anyway, as always, if you watched some of the red carpet looks at the Cannes Film Festival, if you were watching and paying attention, if you're into all things fashion, let me know in the comments what you liked in some of your favorite looks or not. Doesn't matter. And if you enjoyed this segment and also just enjoy me when I also sit down with my guests on What's Hot with Jazzie here, please make sure to subscribe and everything so we can keep in touch, so you can keep watching. But thank you again. This was an episode of Jazzie's Take, all things fashion and red carpet looks with celebrities on the red carpet and more. Thank you again. And until next time, have a great evening. And of course, always be good. I'm Jazzie Carrington, and I'm out.